One axe down, the man threw himself away. Rip off the clothes. He had the same scar on his waist as a tree. The man scolded at once. The more he spoke, the less leaves on the tree. In the twinkling of an eye, half of the leaves fell. The master told Jack, I have to go out of town for a meeting for 3 days before I come back. Tell Jack to stop talking and wait for him. Jack was so scared, he hung up as soon as he answered the phone. Want to communicate in words, and the leaves also will fall. He held back his tears with a gesture, and the leaves fell off. Can't talk. Jack's life is too hard. Ordering a cup of coffee also seems awkward. He ordered 6 cups of coffee for no apparent reason. Jack really wants to kill himself. Crossing the road with coffee, Jack met a blind man. The blind man asked if it was a green light.
It is. Thanks, fella.
He misled by Jack. He rushed into the middle of the road. Jack had to run to save him. It wasn't just the coffee that spilled, and a series of accidents finally got to the other side, and the last cup of coffee was gone. Now Jack and the people can only talk with eyes. But everyday communication can be tricky, not for the client. With a client, and Jack screwed up. The boss told him to make up for it with another order. Jack had no choice but to send his assistant. But his assistant is a fool. Not only to say uncivilized things at the scene, he also touched the arm of the client and smashed the client's desk. Coincidentally, the gardener began to water the flowers. Jack in the restaurant began to sweat. This is the customer is completely angry. The boss was furious when he found out. She gave Jack one last chance. Get him to pick up other clients over afternoon tea. But when Jack got to the gardener, he started spraying. Jack felt dizzy as the mist rose. He's acting like he's drunk. Along with the cookies, stuck it in the boss's nose. The boss fired Jack on the spot. Another unfortunate thing has happened. Wife invited Jack to the hotel that night. Jack offended her by not being able to speak. He was thrown out of the door without wearing any clothes. The wife was so angry that she took her son back to her hometown. Being cornered, Jack thought of going to charity, bought a cart of baguettes, and went out on the street. But it didn't work, so he went to the nun and donated $1,000. No effect. And donated his Rolex watch. But it still doesn't seem to work, so he went to help the child save the cat. He was badly hurt by the fall. The curse is still the same. Fortunately, 3 days have passed, and the master has returned. So Jack went to him at once and invited him to dinner. The master told him that he couldn't solve it. Tell Jack to give himself up.